Hello Virgo, welcome to January and welcome to 2018. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Virgo for January, and we open the month with a full moon in Cancer. This is happening in your 11th house of community, of friends, of people that you connect with, of audiences. So anything to do with outer groups. This is being highlighted at the beginning of the month, Virgo, for you. And there's a grand trine in the sky in water. This moon is in Cancer, which is a water sign. And then we also have Neptune in Pisces, which is the ruler of Pisces. And then we also have both Jupiter and Mars in Scorpio. So all of those are creating this very dreamy, very poetic full moon in Cancer. And with that illuminating your 11th house, it could just be the focus is all about your friends, your extended community, neighborhoods. It's even a great time to do something that has to do with networking. So putting your message out there. 11th house usually relates to audiences as well as science and genius. So it could be a good time to broadcast any scientific discoveries that you have made or analysis of data. 11th house is usually to do with eccentricity and doing things in a different way as well. So some of you may have a highlight on new ideas, things that are innovative. But for the 11th house, it's usually about sharing the message with other people, with humanity. It's the house of humanity. So that's featured for you at the beginning of the month. And with all that water energy, it has to do with your emotional connections. In the middle of the month, January 16th, we've got a new moon in Capricorn. This is falling in your 5th house of true love, of romance, of creativity, and of children. So there's something that's new that's possible right around the middle of the month. New moons are great times to set new intentions, sow new seeds, for something that we'd like to bring into our lives. So if you begin something middle of the month having to do with any of those 5th house themes, love, romance, creativity, children, then you may see some nice results by the next 6 months. Whatever you begin middle of January and continue to nurture, there will be some nice results for that, Virgo. By the middle of July, which is when we'll get that full moon in Capricorn. Then at the end of the month, January 31st, we have another full moon. So that's considered a blue moon. Whenever we get 2 full moons in 1 month, that second full moon is considered a blue moon. So that's also happening this month. So let's see what's going on in the sky for you, Virgo. Interesting. King of Coins in reverse. This is usually you, Virgo. So what it's telling me is that you may not be feeling on top of your game for some reason. Usually King of Coins is the master. He's the master of the practical, the monetary, the financial, the logistical, anything that is earth-based. So values, coins, practicality, all of that earth-centered stuff. He's usually on top of it and makes good decisions. This is the entrepreneur card, the CEO card, I sometimes call that. And this is definitely you, Virgo. But I'm seeing, with this being in reverse and with 8 of Wands being in reverse as well, there's some way in which you're feeling maybe 80% yourself, or that the communication is blocked. You're feeling like you're not able to communicate in the normal way that you do. Normally, you are ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So normally Virgos are very clear in their communication, very precise. And with 8 of Wands, which is a communications card, it's saying that things are 80 to 90% lined up, or you may be 80 to 90% ready to communicate something, but it's in delay. It's not happening. Some kind of communication is not happening yet, and it's kind of got you upside down. We do have Jupiter in your third house, which is for most of the year, which is the house of communication. So that might be something that you're just kind of like sitting on or formulating. It may be internal communication, just thinking things over yourself or thinking about what is being communicated. Somehow it's just that you're not showing up fully as yourself at the beginning of January. And for some of you, it may be that you feel a little checked out or a little aloof. It looks like there is a love offer coming towards you, Virgo. I call this my Rip Van Winkle card because you can see these weeds and plants growing around this guy. And often when we're in this position, it means feeling bored or aloof. It means feeling like the past, the present, and the future are all going to be the same, like how it's always been, how it always is, and how it always will be. And therefore we get this sort of like hamster wheel effect of saying, you know, this is how it always is. But this is something new that's coming towards you. But often in the Four of Cups, we can't see it unless we cut back these weeds and break out of whatever this sort of malaise is. So it's telling me that there may be love coming at you, but you may not be in a place where you're ready to receive it or in believing in it, that it's coming at you. So that may be part of this communication as well. I also see Tower in reverse. So this is a change. This is a dramatic change that you may not see coming, and you may not welcome it, Virgo. Tower is usually something that breaks apart our world, and it tears down old structures that imprison us or that feel immovable. In some ways, I'm relating it to these three cups, where it feels like what has been, what is, what will be, it all just feels very permanent. And Tower usually feels very permanent as well. But the Tower card is about breaking apart those old structures. Something unexpected, like this lightning bolt coming in and creating fire that burns that away. It's like breaking out of a shell. When it's in reverse, it says there's a change coming, but you may have fear, doubt, or resistance towards that change. You may not want it to come. It's sort of like a storm that's coming that you're either resisting or fearful of instead of embracing it to wash away all the old stuff. So that's another possibility for the beginning of January, Virgo. Let's see what else is coming up. 7 of Coins. This says that you may be tired of waiting for something, waiting for your harvest to come in. 7 of Swords. Interesting, 2 sevens. Those are both spiritual-based cards. This one means, usually 7 of Swords is the Thief card, and it means someone acting in me behavior, cutting corners, taking things away that aren't theirs to ensure that they get theirs at any for any means possible. But I see both of these in reverse. And this, 7 of Coins has to do with waiting for the harvest, being patient, seeing all the effort that you've been putting in and waiting for those fruits on the vine to sweeten. This says to me that you may not be willing to wait anymore. But this also says that you're not seeing something that is either deceptive behavior or you may be coming out of this. Either this is you, Virgo, and you're trying to give this kind of behavior up, or this is someone else that you're not seeing that kind of behavior. It's interesting with both of these in reverse. Let's see what else is coming in. Okay. It's when the waiting is over and when this behavior stops is when the new thing comes in. Whoever that might be. Yeah. And 9 of Wands in reverse also, saying you don't have to always be fighting for things. You don't always have to be, being the survivor. This is my Cool Hand Luke card, where he keeps getting knocked down and keeps getting back up, and therefore he feels like everything's a battle, and he has to fight for everything and defend his space. With all of these in the reverse, I'm seeing, in some ways, Virgo, it's saying like the waiting is over. Whatever old behavior that was sort of self-based is over, and the defensiveness or having to defend your territory or always getting knocked down, having to get back up is over, and there's a new thing coming at you middle of the month. I'm really seeing this with that January new moon in Capricorn. This is a new lifestyle, a new gift. It's an invitation, really, Virgo, for you to walk through this portal. There's a new garden there waiting for you. And your job with this card is just to receive it. So aces are always new beginnings, and this is a new beginning having to do with lifestyle, with money, with something being offered and given to you. And so it's just a matter of you saying yes to that. But in many ways, too, you kind of have to leave these guys behind. Now, whether this is you or someone else, the waiting is over, is what Seven of Coins tells me. The selfish behavior or criminal behavior or cutting corners, just thinking me, or myself. Me, myself, and I is sometimes this card. That's ending. And then Nine of Wands is ending too. Always feeling like you have to fight it out, like you have to battle. It can be very simple, and it can be very easy. Life can just be this gift, and you know, where you just walk through this portal and smell the roses. But some of this has to go. Now, whether that's environmental, surrounding stuff that's surrounding you, or whether that's you, Virgo, you will know that, you know, what that refers to. Three of Swords, the heartbreak is over. Some of you may be feeling a little restricted or powerless from old thoughts from the past that make you still feel captive. But that's lightening up. That is I see that you're healing from that. When I see Three of Swords like this in reverse, it's almost as if these swords, which represent thoughts, are sliding out, and they're giving you a chance for your heart to heal. It's not quite there yet, but there's a way in which whatever these thoughts are that have been imprisoning you, and you've been blindfolded, these are all these swords are dropping away. So that way of thinking, the end of the month may be interesting for you because you may let go of a certain old way of thinking that is keeping you stuck and in pain and heartbreak. These clouds are lifting, Virgo. Yeah, new beginning. Double aces. Whenever I see double aces in a spread, it means new beginning. This is new fire, new passion, new vitality, new life. This is new gift, something that you value, something that is yours to receive. And that's here. It's kind of interesting how it's all in reverse here. And this also is a cup, new love, which says it's your job, Virgo, to just see these and receive them because they're here for you. When they're in reverse, though, there is some sort of fear, doubt, resistance, or delay that's preventing you from just receiving the gift. It's sort of like someone's knocking at your door, and if you have fear about that, you won't answer the door. If you're open to receiving what's being delivered to you, then you will just open it and receive it. But if there's fear, doubt, or resistance, then these may take longer to come in. Yeah, justice at the end. There's a verdict that you're going to render at the end of the month after weighing the evidence. Justice has to do with looking at what's in front of you, weighing things, and coming to a conclusion. That sword represents the truth. It's the Excalibur sword, which represents the one truth that is. So it's coming to a conclusion, a verdict, a determination on something, what is true for you, based upon the evidence that you've been weighing. And I see things lightening up for you, Virgo, at the end of the month. This is kind of like heavy, you know, your heart may be hurting. You may feel captive or powerless in some ways, or just immobile. But this is lightening up. I mean, if you look at the skies in these, there's something changing as you let go of sort of these heavy three guys, which are sort of like warrior, I don't know if even warrior, sort of like the guys who toil. That's what I'm going to say. Let go of the toil, Virgo. And then I get a sense that you come to a very happy conclusion and potentially let this new life in. There's going to be something that changes for you at the beginning of the month and opens up these new sunny skies, this new day, new passion, new vitality, new life. This is like when you want to, this card has the archetype of a runner in a race, the active person who's holding the baton. It also has the archetype of the person, the baton twirler out in front of the parade, the person who is leading the parade. So it's Ace of Wands. It's the beginning of the energy. It's the first horse out of the, out of the gates is what this is about. And Ace of Coins is about a new thing coming in, sometimes could be a new job, new lifestyle, new money, new person, something new, a gift that's being given to you and saying, here's a garden, here's an invitation to walk into this if you should choose to receive it. So some nice new energy once the toil is done, and also letting go of some old ideas that are just breaking your heart, Virgo. Very interesting reading here with old stuff crumbling away, new offers, new life, and then needing to let go of waiting, of feeling like you have to carry it all yourself, feeling like you keep getting knocked down and getting back up. You're going to weigh some things after you clear out some old ways of thinking and come to one conclusion that's really true for you, Virgo. So I see January as being a great month for you. That's my reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Virgo. As always, you can book a personal reading with me. I'll have my email down below, or if you have any comments or questions. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.